You don't have to make a massive leap overnight. You don't have to transform everything in one grand move,
Mhm.
but you do have to start and you do have to keep going. And let me tell you, life doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards action. Small disciplines repeated consistently lead to big results over time. So today, let's talk about how you can make progress every single day, no matter what stands in your way. No more waiting, no more excuses. It's time to step up and take control of your future. Integrity is the foundation of all progress. Without it, you move aimlessly, reacting to life instead of shaping it. When you know exactly what you want and why you want it, you create a powerful internal drive that keeps you going, even when things get tough. The most successful people aren't necessarily the most talented or the most fortunate. They're the ones who have mastered the ability to define their goals with precision. When you wake up each day with a clear sense of purpose, you don't waste energy on distractions. Instead, you channel your focus toward meaningful actions that align with your long-term vision. Most people struggle with progress because they lack clarity. They want success, but can't define what it looks like for them. They want change, but don't specify what needs to change. If your goals are vague, your results will be inconsistent. Imagine setting out on a road trip without a destination. You might drive around for hours, but you won't get anywhere specific. That's how most people live, moving, working, and hoping for progress, but never making real strides because they haven't defined where they want to go. Clarity doesn't come by accident. It's something you must deliberately seek. The first step is asking yourself powerful questions. What do you truly want in your career, relationships, health, and personal growth? What kind of person do you want to become? The clearer you are about your desires, the easier it is to design a path toward them. Many people hesitate to define their goals because they fear failure. But clarity is not about guaranteeing success. It's about eliminating confusion so you can take meaningful action. When you are clear, you become proactive rather than reactive. Instead of waiting for circumstances to change, you start creating the changes you want to see. One of the biggest benefits of clarity is that it creates momentum. When you are clear on your goals, decision-making becomes easier. You don't waste time wondering what to do next because you already know your direction. Every small action builds upon the last, creating a sense of progress that fuels motivation. This momentum is crucial because success isn't built overnight. Is that it helps you filter out distractions. The world is full of opportunities, but not all of them align with your vision. When you lack clarity, everything seems like a possibility, which leads to scattered energy and wasted effort. But when you know your priorities, you can confidently say no to anything that doesn't serve your goals. Clarity gives you the confidence to focus on what truly matters, rather than getting lost in busyness that leads nowhere. People often confuse being busy with making progress. They fill their days with endless tasks, meetings, and obligations, but at the end of the day, they feel like they haven't moved forward. That's because activity without direction is just motion. It's not progress. Clarity ensures that every action you take contributes to your bigger vision. Instead of doing more, you focus on doing what matters. This shift in mindset transforms the way you work and live. To develop clarity, you must take time to reflect. In the fast-paced world we live in, people rarely pause to evaluate their direction. They keep moving, assuming that movement equals growth. But true progress requires intentionality. Taking even a few minutes each day to reflect on your goals, your actions, and your results will help you refine your path. What worked today? What didn't? What didn't? What needs adjustment? Clarity isn't something you define once and forget. It's something you refine constantly as you gain new insights and experiences. Fear often clouds clarity. Many people avoid defining their goals because they fear commitment. They worry about making the wrong choice, so they delay making any choice at all. But indecision is the enemy of progress. You don't have to have everything figured out to move forward. Forward. You just need to know the next. Clarity doesn't mean knowing every detail of the journey. It simply means knowing where you're headed and taking action in that direction. A great way to reinforce clarity is by writing down your goals. Thoughts are fleeting, but writing brings them into reality. When you put your goals on paper, they become tangible. You can see them, review them, and remind yourself of your direction every day. Successful people don't just think about their goals and document them, break them down into actionable steps, and track their progress. This practice keeps their vision alive and prevents them from drifting off course. Clarity also strengthens resilience. When challenges arise, as they inevitably do, a clear vision gives you something to hold on to. Without clarity, obstacles feel like roadblocks, but with clarity, they become stepping stones. You understand that setbacks are just temporary detours, not the end of the road. People who lack clarity often give up when things get difficult because they don't have a strong enough reason to keep going. But when you are deeply connected to your vision, you find ways to overcome any challenge. Another important aspect of clarity is aligning your goals with your values. If your goals are purely based on external expectations or social pressures, they won't sustain you. True clarity. When your goals align with your values, you experience a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond external success. Progress feels meaningful because you are moving in a direction that resonates with who you truly are. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement. While motivation can spark action, it is discipline that keeps you moving forward when the initial excitement fades. Most people rely too much on motivation, waiting until they feel inspired to take action. But feelings are unpredictable, and motivation is temporary. Discipline, on the other hand, is consistent. It doesn't depend on how you feel. It operates based on commitment. Successful people understand that results come from doing what needs to be done, even when they don't feel like it. Motivation is a great starting point, but it's not enough to sustain progress. It comes and goes like the weather, but discipline is like a sturdy foundation that remains no matter the conditions. The reason discipline is so powerful is that it creates habits. When you discipline yourself to take small daily actions, those actions eventually become second nature. At first, it might feel difficult to push yourself to work, to exercise, to read, to practice, or to build skills. But with discipline, what was once a struggle turns into a habit, and habits shape your future. People often think discipline is restrictive, that it takes away freedom. But in reality, discipline creates freedom. When you are disciplined with your time, you gain control over your schedule instead of feeling overwhelmed. When you are disciplined with your finances, you create financial security instead of living paycheck to paycheck. When you are disciplined with your health, you feel energetic and strong instead of being controlled by poor choices. The truth is, everyone is disciplined in some way. It's just a matter of whether that discipline serves or harms them. Some people are disciplined in watching TV for hours, scrolling through social media endlessly, or eating unhealthy foods. Discipline exists either way, but the question is, are you using it to build yourself up or to hold yourself back? The key to developing discipline is starting small. Many people fail to stay consistent because they try to change everything at once. They set huge goals and attempt to overhaul their entire routine overnight. But discipline is like a muscle. It gets stronger with gradual and consistent effort. Small wins build confidence, and confidence fuels momentum. If you want to develop discipline in working out, start with just 5 minutes a day. If you want to become more disciplined in reading, commit to 1 page a day. These small actions may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they compound into massive progress. Another important factor in discipline is removing distractions. Willpower alone is not enough. Your environment plays a huge role in your ability to stay consistent. If you are trying to be disciplined with your health, but your kitchen is filled with junk food, you are making it harder for yourself. If you want to be disciplined in working on your goals, but your phone constantly interrupts you, you are fighting an uphill battle. Creating an environment that supports discipline makes it easier to stay on track. Self-discipline is not about perfection. There will be days when you fall short, when you miss a workout, when you procrastinate, when you slip up. The difference between disciplined individuals and those who struggle is that disciplined people get back on track quickly. They don't let one mistake turn into a habit. They don't allow temporary setbacks to become permanent roadblocks. One of the most effective ways to build discipline is by developing the ability to restart immediately after a misstep. Accountability is another tool that strengthens discipline. When you hold yourself accountable, either by tracking progress, setting deadlines, or involving others, you increase the likelihood of staying committed. Many people struggle with discipline because they only rely on themselves. But when you add external accountability, whether through a mentor, a coach, a friend, or even a journal, it reinforces commitment. Writing down your goals, tracking daily progress, and reviewing your results regularly keeps you aware of your actions. Awareness leads to improvement. Another reason discipline is so critical is that it protects you from emotional decision-making. Emotions fluctuate, and if you base your actions on how you feel, you will be inconsistent. Discipline removes emotion from the equation. It doesn't ask, do I feel like doing this? It simply says, yeah, this is what needs to be done. By training yourself to take action regardless of how you feel, you become unstoppable. Discipline also fuels self-respect. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen your self-trust. When you set a goal and follow through, you prove to yourself that you are capable. On the other hand, when you break commitments to yourself repeatedly, it erodes confidence. Many people struggle with self-doubt, not because they lack potential, but because they have broken too many promises to themselves. Discipline is about being someone you can count on. Someone who does what they say they will do. There is no shortcut to lasting success. Discipline is the price you pay for achievement. While others wait for motivation, the disciplined take action. While others make excuses, the disciplined focus on solutions. The good news is that discipline is not something you are born with. It is something you build. Anyone can develop it with practice, patience, and persistence. Growth is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of learning. The most successful people understand that progress comes from constant evaluation and adjustment. They do not simply repeat the same actions, hoping for better results. They analyze, learn, and make changes to improve. Stagnation happens when a person stops seeking new knowledge or refuses to adapt to changing circumstances. The world evolves, industries shift, and personal circumstances change. Those who grow are the ones who embrace learning as a lifelong journey. One of the most important aspects of growth is the willingness to seek and accept feedback. Many people avoid feedback because it feels uncomfortable, but real progress requires honest self-assessment. Seeking feedback from mentors, colleagues, or even from personal reflection allows a person to identify weaknesses, make necessary improvements. When a person is too attached to their current way of doing things, they resist change and miss opportunities to grow. The ability to separate personal identity from constructive criticism is a skill that accelerates improvement. Every mistake carries a lesson, but only if a person is willing to examine it. Some people repeat the same mistakes because they never take the time to reflect on what went wrong. Instead of analyzing the situation, they either blame external factors or ignore the failure altogether. Growth requires a mindset that sees mistakes as valuable lessons rather than as reasons to quit. Reviewing past actions, understanding what led to success or failure, and making adjustments based on those insights is what turns experience into wisdom. Another essential element of growth is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected challenges will always arise. Those who resist change struggle, while those who embrace flexibility find ways to move forward. Adaptability does not mean abandoning goals. It means being open to new approaches. The ability to pivot, change strategies, and find alternative solutions is what separates those who make progress from those who remain stuck. Many people fail not because they lack talent or effort, but because they insist on doing things the same way, even when it no longer works. Continuous learning is another key factor in long-term success. Those who commit to learning every day develop a competitive advantage. Reading books, attending seminars, studying successful individuals, and expanding knowledge in different areas all contribute to personal and professional growth. Great. In a rapidly changing world, the ability to learn new skills is more important than ever. Some people stop learning once they achieve a certain level of success, but the best performers never stop growing. They understand that what got them to one level will not necessarily take them to the next. Improvement is also driven by setting higher standards. People often settle into routines and stop pushing themselves to do better. Comfort zones create stagnation. The most effective way to grow is by constantly raising personal standards and striving for excellence. This does not mean perfection, but rather a commitment to getting better every day. Small improvements in mindset, habits, and actions compound over time and lead to significant transformations. Another crucial aspect of growth is taking responsibility. People who improve consistently do not wait for circumstances to change. They take ownership of their progress. Blaming others, complaining about conditions, or making excuses slows down development. When a person takes full responsibility for their actions and outcomes, they gain control over their future. No matter the external challenges, there is always something within a person's control that can be adjusted or improved. Taking responsibility creates a mindset of empowerment rather than victimhood. A commitment to growth also requires patience. Many people give up on learning new skills or making improvements because they do not see immediate results. Growth is often invisible in the early stages, but over time, the impact becomes undeniable. Those who succeed understand that consistency is more important than instant gratification. They trust the process, stay committed, and continue improving even when progress seems slow. This patience allows them to surpass those who give up too soon. Mindset plays a huge role in the ability to learn, adapt, and improve. A fixed mindset limits growth, while a growth mindset opens the door to endless possibilities. Those with a fixed mindset believe that abilities are static, while those with a growth mindset see abilities as something that can be developed with effort and persistence. Shifting to a growth mindset allows a person to see challenges as opportunities, effort as a path to mastery, and setbacks as part of the journey rather than as failures. Surrounding oneself with the right influences is another important factor in growth. The people around either encourage improvement or reinforce stagnation. Being in an environment that supports learning, ambition, and high standards makes a significant difference. Seeking mentors, joining communities of like-minded individuals, and engaging with people who challenge and inspire growth all contribute to continuous improvement. Growth also requires taking action. Learning and adapting mean nothing without implementation. Many people consume information without ever applying it. Real progress comes from putting knowledge into practice, testing new strategies, and making adjustments based on results. Action creates experience, and experience leads to mastery. The difference between those who improve and those who remain the same is the willingness to apply what they learn, make mistakes, adjust, and keep moving forward. How a person starts their day sets the tone for everything that follows. The first moments of the morning create momentum, and that momentum determines whether the day is productive or wasted. Many people wake up without a plan, immediately reacting to the world around them. They check their phones, scroll through social media, or rush into their day without intention. This reactive approach leads to scattered energy, stress, and a lack of focus. Successful individuals, on the other hand, take control of their mornings. They understand that the way they start their day influences their mindset, decisions, and overall success. The morning is the best time to establish focus because the mind is fresh and free from distractions. The world has not yet demanded attention, and energy levels are naturally higher. This makes it the perfect time to engage in activities that strengthen the mind, body, and spirit. People who take control of their mornings are not simply lucky or naturally disciplined. They have built habits that set them up for success. These habits act as an anchor, keeping them steady regardless of what happens throughout the day. One of the most effective ways to start the morning is with a clear sense of purpose. This means knowing exactly what needs to be accomplished before the day even begins. Instead of waking up and wondering what to do, successful individuals have already planned their key tasks. They do not waste energy deciding how to spend their time because they have a roadmap ready. Planning the night before eliminates unnecessary decisions in the morning, allowing energy to be directed toward meaningful work instead of distractions. Morning routines create consistency, and consistency leads to progress. When a person follows a structured routine, they remove the need for motivation. They do not wake up and debate whether or not to exercise, read, or work on their goals. Cool. They simply do it because it has become part of their identity. Over time, these small, disciplined actions compound, leading to significant growth. Another important aspect of mastering the morning is avoiding negativity. Many people start their day by consuming information that drains their energy. They check the news, engage with social media drama, or get lost in meaningless distractions. This floods the mind with negativity before the day has even begun. Instead, the morning should be used to fuel the mind with positive and empowering thoughts. Reading an inspiring book, listening to motivational content, or engaging in prayer or meditation can set the foundation for a productive and focused day. Physical movement in the morning also plays a key role in creating energy. The body and mind are deeply connected, and movement stimulates mental clarity, focus, and motivation. A simple workout, a walk, or even stretching can increase alertness and prepare the mind for the challenges ahead. Those who make exercise a part of their morning routine often experience greater discipline in other areas of life as well. Strengthening the body strengthens the mind, and this discipline carries over into work, relationships, and personal growth. Journaling or writing down thoughts in the morning is another powerful habit. Taking a few moments to express gratitude, set intentions, or reflect on goals helps to bring clarity and focus. Writing things down solidifies them in the mind, making it easier to stay committed throughout the day. Many successful individuals keep journals where they track progress, document lessons learned, and remind themselves of their bigger vision. This practice turns thoughts into something tangible and serves as a daily reminder of what truly matters. The way a person speaks to themselves in the morning also determines their mindset for the rest of the day. Thoughts shape emotions, and emotions drive actions. When a person wakes up and immediately starts thinking about problems, failures, or stress, they carry that energy into everything they do. On the other hand, starting the morning with affirmations, declarations of success, and a mindset of confidence changes the way challenges are approached. Instead of seeing obstacles, they see opportunities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, they feel in control. The words spoken to oneself in the morning become the internal dialogue that influences decisions and behaviors throughout the day. Managing time wisely in the morning prevents wasted effort later. Many people wake up late, rush through their routine, and spend the rest of the day playing catch up. This creates unnecessary stress and reduces effectiveness. Those who master their mornings give themselves time to prepare mentally, physically, and emotionally before stepping into the demands of the world. They protect the first part of the day and use it to build momentum that carries them forward. Another reason mornings are so powerful is that they allow a person to work on personal growth before external demands take over. Throughout the day, responsibilities, distractions, and interruptions make it harder to focus on personal goals. But the morning belongs to the individual. It is the time when they can invest in themselves before the world asks anything of them. Those who use this time wisely make consistent progress in their personal and professional lives. The environment in the morning also matters. The space where a person wakes up, the level of organization, and even the sounds or scents present can influence mood and productivity. A cluttered, chaotic environment leads to a cluttered, chaotic mind. Taking a few moments to create an environment that supports focus and peace can make a significant difference. Whether it is keeping a clean workspace, playing uplifting music, or surrounding oneself with positive reminders, these small details contribute to overall effectiveness. What happens in the morning affects the entire day. The decisions made in those first moments set a pattern that continues throughout every action and interaction. A strong morning routine creates a foundation of discipline, focus, and motivation that carries through every challenge and opportunity that arises. Progress is not achieved in random bursts of effort, but through the power of consistency. Small actions, repeated over time, lead to significant results. Many people believe they need massive changes to transform their lives, but the truth is that steady, disciplined action creates the biggest impact. A single workout will not make someone fit, just as one day of saving money will not build wealth. However, when these actions are repeated daily, they compound into powerful outcomes. The key is not in doing something once, but in doing it consistently, regardless of circumstances. Most people underestimate the power of compounding efforts. They give up too soon because they do not see immediate results. The process of growth is often invisible in the beginning. A person who starts exercising may not notice changes in their body right away. Someone who begins reading books may not immediately feel smarter. A person investing small amounts of money may not see an immediate financial difference, but over weeks, months, and years, these small, consistent efforts create transformation. The challenge is that many people expect instant results and become discouraged when they do not see them. Those who succeed are the ones who understand that consistency is the key to long-term progress. Discipline is what separates those who achieve from those who remain stuck. Anyone can take action when they feel motivated, but consistency requires showing up even when motivation fades. Successful individuals do not wait until they feel like taking action. They train themselves to follow through, regardless of emotions. They understand that every action is a vote for the person they are becoming. Each time they make the choice to stay consistent, they strengthen their identity as someone who follows through. On the other hand, every time they skip a commitment, they reinforce the habit of inconsistency. Consistency builds trust, both internally and externally. When a person consistently keeps their commitments to themselves, they develop self-respect and confidence. They no longer doubt their ability to follow through because they have proven it through repeated action. This self-trust eliminates hesitation and second-guessing, making decisions and actions more efficient. In addition, consistency builds trust with others. People who show up consistently in relationships, work, and commitments earn respect and reliability. They become known as individuals who can be counted on, which opens doors to greater opportunities. One of the greatest challenges with consistency is dealing with setbacks. Many people start strong, but give up when they face difficulties. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected obstacles will arise. Those who maintain progress are the ones who quickly recover from setbacks. They do not allow a single missed day or mistake to turn into a pattern of quitting. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, they view them as temporary disruptions and get back on track immediately. This ability to reset quickly is what keeps consistency alive. The environment plays a crucial role in maintaining consistency. People who struggle with staying consistent often have too many distractions and temptations pulling them in different directions. Designing an environment that supports consistency makes it easier to stay committed. If the goal is to read more books, keeping a book within reach at all times increases the likelihood of reading. If the goal is to eat healthier, removing junk food from the kitchen reduces temptation. If the goal is to work out consistently, setting up a specific time and place for exercise eliminates excuses. Structuring the environment for success removes the need for constant willpower. Another key to consistency is breaking goals into smaller, manageable steps. Many people become overwhelmed because they focus on the big picture instead of the daily process. Large goals can feel intimidating, making it easy to procrastinate. The best approach is to narrow the focus to small, achievable tasks each day. A person who wants to write a book does not need to write an entire chapter in one sitting. 10. They can start with a few sentences a day. Someone who wants to improve their fitness does not need to run a marathon immediately. They can start with a short walk. By focusing on manageable steps, consistency becomes easier to maintain. Accountability also strengthens consistency. See, when individuals keep their progress private, it is easy to make excuses and quit. However, when they involve others, whether through mentors, friends, or tracking systems, they create a layer of accountability that reinforces commitment. Sharing goals with someone else increases the likelihood of follow-through because there is an added responsibility to stay consistent. Tracking progress through journals, habit trackers, or scheduled check-ins serves as a reminder of commitment and reinforces motivation. Consistency is a skill that can be developed. Just like any other habit, no one is naturally consistent in all areas of life. It takes practice, repetition, and intentional effort to build the habit of showing up every day. The mistake many people make is thinking that consistency requires perfection. In reality, progress is about being consistent most of the time, not about never missing a day. A few missed days do not erase progress as long as the overall pattern of consistency remains intact. Those who succeed are not those who never fail, but those who keep going despite occasional setbacks. The most successful people in any field, whether in business, health, relationships, or personal growth, share one common trait. They have mastered the ability to stay consistent. They understand that results do not come from occasional bursts of effort, but from sustained action over time. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of daily habits and routines. The power of consistency lies in its ability to transform small actions into remarkable achievements. The ability to control focus determines the quality of results in every area of life. In a world filled with distractions, the skill of directing attention toward meaningful goals is one of the most valuable assets a person can develop. Most people do not struggle with a lack of time. They struggle with a lack of focus. Hours are wasted on unimportant tasks, interruptions, and distractions that do not contribute to progress. Those who master their focus achieve more in less time, while those who allow their attention to be scattered struggle to make meaningful progress. Attention is constantly being pulled in different directions. Social media, emails, notifications, and unnecessary conversations steal time and energy. Without intentional focus, the day is dictated by external distractions instead of personal priorities. The key to progress is learning how to take control of attention and direct it toward what truly matters. This means eliminating distractions, setting clear priorities, and developing habits that reinforce deep focus. One of the most effective ways to improve focus is to define clear goals. When a person knows exactly what they are working toward, it becomes easier to filter out distractions. Vague intentions lead to wasted time because there is no clear direction. On the other hand, having a specific target provides a sense of purpose and urgency. Successful individuals do not just work hard. They work with precision. They know exactly what they need to accomplish each day, and they structure their time around those objectives. The ability to concentrate deeply on a single task is a rare skill in today's fast-paced world. Many people believe they are being productive by multitasking, but in reality, multitasking reduces efficiency. The brain works best when it is fully engaged in one task at a time. Switching between tasks constantly drains mental energy and leads to shallow, unfocused work. Those who achieve the best results discipline themselves to work in deep focus sessions, eliminating all distractions during those periods. This practice allows them to accomplish high-quality work in less time. A structured environment supports focus. The workspace, digital habits, and daily routines all influence concentration levels. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind, while an organized environment promotes clarity. Simple adjustments, such as keeping only essential items on a desk, turning off notifications, and scheduling focused work periods, can dramatically improve concentration. The goal is to create an environment that makes distractions less tempting, and focus more natural. Mental energy is not unlimited, and focus declines when energy is low. Many people struggle with concentration not because they lack discipline, but because they do not manage their energy properly. Sleep, nutrition, and exercise all impact cognitive function. Those who prioritize physical health experience greater mental clarity and sustained focus throughout the day. Hydration, proper meals, and movement throughout the day keep the brain in peak condition. The mind and body work together, and taking care of both ensures higher levels of performance. Another factor that affects focus is emotional state. Stress, anxiety, and negative emotions consume mental energy and make it difficult to concentrate. Learning to manage emotions through mindfulness, breathing exercises, and positive thinking improves the ability to stay focused. Successful individuals recognize that mental clarity is not just about avoiding distractions, but also about maintaining emotional balance. They practice habits that help them stay calm, centered, and in control of their attention. Setting boundaries is essential for maintaining focus. Many people allow others to interrupt their time and attention without realizing the cost. Learning to say no to unnecessary meetings, unimportant tasks, and social obligations that do not align with personal goals is a powerful skill. Those who protect their time and set clear boundaries create space for deep work and meaningful progress. Being busy does not equal being productive, and filtering out low-value activities frees up energy for what truly matters. Breaks play a crucial role in sustaining focus. The brain is not designed to work nonstop, and pushing too hard without rest leads to burnout. Strategic breaks, such as stepping away from work for a few minutes, taking a short walk, or practicing mindfulness, allow the mind to recharge. The key is to take intentional breaks that refresh energy rather than mindless distractions that drain it further. Those who structure their work and focus sessions with short recovery periods experience higher levels of sustained concentration. Eliminating decision fatigue also improves focus. Every small decision throughout the day consumes mental energy. When too many choices are made, the ability to focus on important tasks declines. Successful individuals simplify their daily decisions by creating routines and systems that reduce unnecessary choices. This could mean planning meals in advance, wearing simple outfits, or automating repetitive tasks. By reducing the number of trivial decisions, more energy is available for deep work and creative thinking. Another key to mastering focus is maintaining a strong sense of purpose. When work is aligned with a deeper mission, distractions become less tempting. People who are passionate about what they do find it easier to stay engaged and motivated. Those who lack a clear purpose often seek distractions because their work does not inspire them. Reconnecting with the bigger vision behind tasks strengthens the ability to concentrate. When the reason behind the work is powerful, focus becomes effortless. Reflection and self-awareness enhance focus over time. Paying attention to what improves or weakens concentration allows for continuous improvement. Tracking distractions, identifying patterns, and making adjustments lead to better control over attention. Those who regularly assess their focus habits gain insights that help them refine their approach. Instead of getting frustrated by distractions, they use them as feedback to strengthen their ability to concentrate. Developing strong focus is not about working harder, but about working smarter. Those who master their attention achieve extraordinary results, not because they do more, but because they do what matters most. The ability to direct energy toward meaningful work is a skill that separates those who make consistent progress from those who remain stuck.